he's not even drawing these games. He's flat out winning every position. Worse, better, time pressure. Who cares? I'm winning them all.
That moment when he played Rook C7, if he had played Knight F4, but again, there's many moments where we say just that one move, but that's like the story of the match, right? As you said, you got to beat Magnus not once, twice, and 3 times, as Al Johan once said. You got to beat him 7 or 8 times.
Oh, Lord, this is crazy.
What was that?
What?
What was that?
Oh, Lord. It's just like a southern expression. It's like "Oh my land." It's like a more common version of "Oh my lands."
I didn't know. I for a second I thought you were slipping into Barkley there for a minute, but it was a bad Barkley, so I didn't double down on it. All right,
start barking at me, Danny.
We've got hanging pawns, which is the closely related cousin of isolated queen pawns. So a similar structure that we've seen all day. These are very fun positions as far as, really understanding in an instructive way that both sides want different things. Here Magnus playing very aggressive, just saying, I'm not even going to mess around and let you develop. I'm immediately maybe relocating my pieces for a kingside attack. Or...
yeah, a healthy dose of nasty here on the king side for white, but where is the fuel, Danny? I don't see where the kicker is. I mean, bishop d3 you point out, but black deploys his bishop to b7, and the hanging pawn structure can become a serious liability if white doesn't produce anything specific on the king side. I think Magnus is kind of playing hope chess a little bit here.
Agreed. Doesn't look super solid, but I also don't see a great move for... I mean, you got to be a little careful here. You don't want to put the bishop on b7 because of tactics, I think. On e6.
Yep. And Magnus is sinking into a deep think.
Yeah, what's he doing? Got head in hand.
Yep.
Coming up with dubious tactics. Okay,
Dude,
he goes queen f3.
Just
Queen c7
chilling.
right away.
Queen h3. Uh-oh.
Okay,
what now, though? This is the critical moment, Danny. Can he sack on h6 somehow?
I think it's just going to be a big simplification. The queen kind of defends c3. But if everything's traded and black plays rook c8, black just has a positional edge.
Yeah, but bishop takes h6 is actually not as gimmicky as it looks. And it's not that easy to stop.
Well, now it's on the board. Okay, it was an option, but probably queen takes c3 was the response.
Yeah, queen c3. Oh, yeah, and the rook hung in the corner, so that forced the queen trade.
Yeah.
Still, you should keep an eye on rook g4. And when you're playing Carlsen, at this point, you're in your own head, right? Every idea looks like a three-headed monster.
But you're up a minute on the clock. So...
yeah.
So now's the time. If there was ever a good time to start a comeback, it's right now. So, queen to c4 played.
I don't know what to say, man.
a4 immediately responded by Carlsen. It's funny because if you start sliding in, yeah, Magnus kind of smartly, I think, heads back. If you go all in for those kind of, speculative tactics over there, you probably see it backfire. So instead, Magnus brings the queen back to f3, where you can kind of start defending.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the pawn on c3, much like the IQP pawns that he has had, is very well protected, right? It's like that knight on f3 defending the pawn on d4. So Carlsen makes these types of positions look incredibly easy when he's on the black side. When he's on the defending side, he makes it look incredibly easy as well, Danny.
Yep.
So whichever side you're on, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Give me some good news. If you give me bad news in a good way, it might make me feel better. So
Danny,
can you say that it's impossible to beat Magnus in a different way, please?
Danny, what the best news in the world here is so encouraging. You're down 11-3 in the match, and you haven't won a single game yet, and you're 2 hours into the match.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
You told me to present the bad news in a good way. That's what you told me to do. I'm following instructions, man.
Oh, man. All right, well, The time advantage has all but disappeared. Only 20 seconds now. White with a little bit of an edge. The D pawn could also be traded for the A pawn, and we will have another draw. Fabiano Caruana, if you're just tuning in, still yet to get a victory in this match, which just tells you the level of focus, precision, desire to win, desire not to lose Magnus brought to this match. And there's been several games where he could have pushed a little more, but smartly sensed the danger, has not given Fabiano any reason to celebrate at all.
And listen, look at this. He's better again. He's literally
forcing F6, right?
Somehow on the strong side of this position. When the queens were traded, Danny, it looked like there would be no universe in which Black would ever be playing for a draw, and yet that's exactly the case. After D5, he gives the check on G5. He wins the pawn on H5.
I thought he was going to play D5 too because
Me
the bishop
too.
was pinned, but he finds Rook G5 instead,
which is
wins the
plenty
pawn with
sufficient.
check.
And now he's going to squeeze out the 3-on-2 for an eternity.
6 minutes left in the 3-minute portion. We are more than likely going to have at least one more game of 3-minute before bullet happens.
Sure.
But man, this has been tough. A tough day for the American in the office. The American office was way better than the British office.
I haven't seen either office. So
The Office.
You can keep repeating the name of the show, but I still haven't seen it.
The Office, like the show with Steve Carell,
The show,
Rainn
The
Wilson.
Office, yes.
You've never
Rainn
seen
Wilson,
The Office.
I know very well from his chess endeavors, but I've never seen The Office. No, I'm more of a. I just don't like comedies. I'm dark. I have a dark mind. I like Black Mirror.
Okay, got it.
I don't know if the chat needed to know that, but Carlsen, look at what he's doing. Rook C4, another artistry type of move, because bishop takes D4. There was mate on C8.
Oh, wow. G6.
Rook C8, here he goes
forced.
after Black's king. Rook H8, maybe?
Oh my god, he's threatening Bishop G5. And the king is trapped. Mating nets ensue.
There's F6 there, but you might lose the rook on D7 if you open the 7th rank, and Fabi running for dear life.
He's got 2 seconds, though, Magnus. He's got to move quickly. He might lose on time trying to mate him.
He's weaving his tentacles around Black's king, Bishop G5, and if the king goes to F5, there's F3 and G4, and it's over.
F3 and G4, Bishop G5 with mate.
No way!
Bobby has to give up the exchange.
It's over.
Oh my
He's done it again, and he might still get mated on E4.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pre-moved GF.
Okay, you have Rook D1.
Oh my god,
that was sick!